So, today is Sunday. And every Sunday is just another day to me. But every Sunday is the day that I was telling you about. Well, my first formal instructor, Professor Jerry Denson, he would teach us from ditto sheets many times. He would pass around ditto sheets. Everybody got the same information on the sheet. At his sister's house, out there by Carroll City Chiefs off 183rd, he would have a whiteboard that you write with the felt tip marker, erasable marker. He would have a whiteboard. And he would have red and blue, sometimes black, felt tip marker, erasable marker, right? Of information from throughout the week. He had a library there of books. I was so into the diagrams, I used to draw diagrams right after class. Right after class every day I would draw diagrams because I found out when Peter Adrian locked me up for 23 months and revoked my bond for no written or valid reason, I definitely found out then there's a lot of sweet stuff that Sensei Jerry taught us that I forgot. I had it one minute, next minute it was gone, like butter slipped through my hands, and I had it. And that's when I realized, so when I came back, no, before I even left, because I met McDonald in there. McDonald, one of the first things McDonald showed me, we in the joint, we in Dade County Jail. The same cell, matter of fact, when I met McDonald, I met Umar, blood child. He was still an active blood, facing 71 years at the time. I met Umar in that same cell, that same time period when I met McDonald. We were all in there the same time. McDonald showed me a defense from Tonto, a knife attack. It was a Jose Morales Vasquez. He showed me a response technique to a Tonto knife attack and a few other things. Then I had everything I could remember off the muscle from whatever I learned throughout my life. Terry Caraway taught me some piece of Taekwondo kata in A2, Joe Johnson Boulevard, Stockade. So anything that'll come to mind, I put the mats down, practice my T-roll on the floor, side fall and all that. So Umar, blood child, he goes by Umar, Moises or something like that now. Umar, he took the Shahada, he came into the fold of the Umar, following Salafi. I say Salafi, like Selassie, coming at your holly sloppy. Aki, don't want me to see me cocky. I'll rock it. Anyway, for real. So Umar, I started to show Umar a little something in there, but I said all to say, I started taking actually diagrams in there. For sure. Coaching hard, Bernard Simmons. That's why I met Fahim. Wendell Maxwell. He's another blood. God bless the dead. May Allah be pleased with his life service. Fahim just passed away about a year and a half ago, something like that. Maybe 2 years now. Time fly. So Master Blaster preached some of his funeral. So note taking, very important. Draw diagrams of the human body. When Sensei Jerry appoints us an instructor for the day, or he himself instructed us for the day, or any other class I went to, Sensei Nasty Jesse, anywhere I went. If I'm learning, Mike Demotus, Sensei Mike, ICN. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna write that diagram down. Right? Sensei Mike had me in Shotokan up to like I ain't Nidan. I ain't Shodan. I was higher in kata, amount of kata I knew than Nisei Go and Sanuces. Nisei Go and Sanuces, I think I stopped at Gaidan. No, Uke. I think it's Uke. No, Gaidan. Gaidan. I think that's the one where you mix them up. Yeah. Taki Jordan, Shudan, Gaidan, Uke. I think it's the fourth one. I got 4 katas. Sensei Nasty Jesse started to raise me up toward, I think that's purple belt above a green. Where you doing something like this. Right? That was supposed to be one of the next katas up. Before he had his stroke, when I was last around, I don't know if he had another stroke, but he had a stroke around that time. And I had a lot of stuff I was juggling in my own personal life. But diagrams, body mechanics say, the human anatomy. If you can find somebody who's not silly, who's not prone to violence and all that, 2 things y'all need to do: learn, break, fall. Learn how to break your fall, side fall, back fall. You got different types of back fall. Some people land on that upper part of their back right here. Your legs straight up in the air. They can jump up in the air like that. You can knock them, and their legs will be straight up, and they'll land on their back, the upper part of their back, and tuck their head so they don't bust their head. We don't do it quite like that in Sanuces, as far as my experience. But you got the back fall. You got front fall. Right? You got side roll, T-roll, forward roll, and other little falls. Those are basic ukemi rolls and falls. Right? To go along with the sweeps, as it Jigoro Kano highlighted and brought out of the Shaolin treasure chest I was talking about, what we called it a judo. That's just a part of the many things you can learn in Shaolin Kung Fu and other places around the world. Gonna have a lot of that stuff that's similar. We had a global network. So many, who brought that to my attention? Dr. Alim Bey, Islam. Dr. Alim Bey brought that to my attention. That on the hieroglyphs in the pyramids around the world, you see them doing with bow staff, hand-to-hand combat, and things you see in judo and jujitsu. This go way back further than the Ming Dynasty Shaolin Temple. We are the human being. Many of us today alive on this earth can't tell you a number. But that number is very large when you talk about how old this race of being in this spacesuit right here is on this planet, Gaia Earth. It's very old. It's been around for a long time. The Shaolin story is about a few individuals who were merchants, and they were being shanghaied, and they told Bodhidharma about this situation, and he began to teach them Tai Chi and meditation. And of course, Tai Chi can be adapted to combative as well. So that's the start of that over there, the original Shaolin Temple, which Michael J. White, I think his name, the fighter and the Hollywood fighter and all that, who say he could beat Bruce Lee and all that. I think his name, Michael J. White, kind of cock diesel. He kind of like the black Van Damme. He can kick high, and he knows a lot about martial arts. He pointed out, he brought to my attention that the ones you see there now are not the originals. And they primarily deal with, even though they have some of the original stuff, but they not as deep as the originals. But they definitely practice Kung Fu, which some people translate into great skill. So in actuality, Umar the Nun and all of them, the original ones, the 5 elders and all of them that was there before the King Dynasty came and ran them out. It was the Ming Dynasty that really supported them and helped them establish the temple to practice what they were practicing already there at the temple. But they call that, it's some X amount of mountains. Shaolin sits on one of those mountains, the temple. The King Dynasty, Queen Dynasty, some people spell it Q-U-I-N-G. I don't know if that's a typo, but Q-I-N-G replaced the Ming Dynasty. And somebody, a princess or queen or somebody, said she was afraid of them. And they had them disbanded. And they talked about they was trying to actually destroy the records of the fight science and whatnot. And Umar the monk is attributed with credit with having scrolls that I think that was a she escaped with. So things like Wing Chun, stuff like that, that comes from that. Jiu-Jitsu, as far as it coming to us, to the best of my knowledge, to these shores in the North Gate. Word had it that around the time Bruce Lee emerged teaching, right? And I think I could call him master or grandmaster. Bruce Lee emerged teaching around that time. Many people's accounts were that they didn't know who to teach martial arts. Green Eye Stan, Bronzedale, Black Spade, Baby Spade, Green Eye Stan, Michael Wayne TV, he talked about how, because a little bit down the line, you have an explosion of martial arts. You're going to get into Hollywood and all that. And a lot of times, many people had to come across it from the movies first, which is not bad. Because when you finally go to class, you still got to watch one or more people make a move and do stuff. Some of the first things you learn is Kisuke. Courtesy Sensei is about the most basic courtesy. Like a bow, you open your hands. Karate is called open hand. Empty hand. How do I help myself when I don't have a weapon or somebody just took it from me and slipped out my hand? Uh-oh. So those guys that were merchants in that area in China, now we talking about China, I think the 5 elders fled to Japan, but it was in China, and they were being robbed. So they took and adapted the Tai Chi and the meditation and whatnot and started to build whatever beyond Buddha Dharma didn't give them directly. They started to build. So from my studies under Monk De Young can be found on YouTube. And when I studied, I had heard of 18 hands, right? Lao Han, Shiba Shao. All right, La Hong Kong, Dong Eong is a collection of katas. But I heard of 18 hands, and I tried to find it, and I couldn't find it. I even wrote a rap to help myself remember it, a chorus hook. When they say, into the dragon, I got 5 deadly kata style. 18 hand, Law Hunt, Hand and Private style, and some other stuff. Shout out, that's just one of mine. So that's to make me remember it because I couldn't find it on the internet at the time. I had a smartphone then. Down the line, all kind of stuff popped up. Now, where did all this come from? So I started reading, and sometimes I look, but before I started looking, I read. And someone claims that Long Kong, Shiba Shao, Long Shiba Shao, is the first kata that was given in Shaolin. I don't know if that's the truth or not, but that's what that person said. I don't have my notes. They always stripping me back down to zero, stripping me damn near naked or all the way naked. I start over crawling. Yeah, that butt breaking is serious. That hazing and butt breaking and all, but Tariq Nasheed talk about butt breaking. It's serious. Most of these suckers running around here, lesbian, homosexual, sorority, fraternity, Eastern Star, Mason, Daughters of American Revolution. They haze. Some people, they haze to death. They want you to go over. Like they say in fraternal orders, he went over the line. You join the line, you get hazed and all that, then you go over. And you can wear your Greek letters and all this type of stuff. They serious about that. Baphomet, Boule, Black Priesthood, the Cabal, they serious about that. All that's Roman Curia, most definitely. It does reach back more ancient than Roman Curia, than Rome itself, as far as being in the Vatican, in that place, what they call Italy. Rome is in Italy. And the Vatican is in Rome. It used to be Abyssinia, when it was matriarchy, and the woman wore what you see the Pope wears. Women wore what you see the skirt with the Masons wear. Women wore that. They overthrew the matriarchy. That head with the scimitar on the top, that's a woman's head. If she tries to inculcate culture or put culture into the village, into the clan, into the tribe, they threaten to chop her head off for telling the secret. The secret is me. Equivalent to the English bailiff of 100. Me. God. Good got good. The libation, the pouring forth, the one who's always producing. Always portraying or showing 99 attributes of Allah himself or herself, whatever you subscribe to. Now, they say that this kata is the first one. They say it's the first one. Start something like this. And if I breathe properly, this is actually going to be like an internal technique as well as external, because of the organs, my bloodstream, and everything is getting this particular type of breathing and workout to cleanse the blood and strengthen the organs and all that. So it goes in the family of Tai Chi. All katas go in the family of Tai Chi. It's not just combat. It's health and wellness. Just showing you what it looked like. No. Yeah, like that. I'm distracted because I'm talking to you guys. You got Fuzi cup hand. Hold the moon in the arm. White tiger washes his face. Peel down onion in the mud. Peel down onion in the mud. And so on and so forth. So in that kata, a master can show you applications. Why are we doing this? In your most basic kata, in karate, there are applications. When we go out in Senkusu Dachi, we can go in Kiba Dachi, Niko Achi Dachi, the T stands. All of these things have basic applications that you need to get up on a practitioner. Some people will answer you on YouTube too. You ask a question down there. They got a lot of good instructors out there on YouTube. I kept holding it off because nothing is nothing like the real thing. It's nothing like having that man, that woman there, that child touching you. That touch, that human touch. And of course, to see all the flaws. Because online they can just talk to you and you go back by yourself. And you say something when you finally get them, and you go back by yourself. You might email them, you might comment. But when you got somebody who can look at you, like Tom Yankello and Danny the Bodiche get together, or Coach Anthony and Fast Eddie Chambers, right on the spot. While we learning, Eddie's learning, Danny's learning. Tom get very technical with that human anatomy, body mechanics. You got so much. We used to do the peanut butter jelly in Florida. Peanut butter jelly. You just do what you want to do. Just get loose. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly with the baseball bat. All them little joints and stuff. The slightest little movement. And I have generated enough force to drop a man. We learn how to touch. The same places we peel our nerve strike, we subo. Subo is just a touch. And it'll blow your mind when you see a practitioner do it to you. And you tried, you know, and there's so many things you gotta learn as you try to get it. Like I say, they blackball me everywhere I go. They pretty much blackball me in Sanuki class and they own little way, you know, on the roundabout. We ain't gonna get into all that. I'm gonna get into the love and the respect I have for my instructors and this Ryu, these Ryus, right? Because I have so many people asking for that. And I say, well, before I get out here and all this, I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna be responsible for whoever come across. I can't dictate ultimately what a deshi or a student will do, right? Now, people who already got it, they got it. Ain't no secret. You have Kohei, you have Senpai. Kohei come behind you. They are your juniors. They're your subordinates in a class setting. They are ones you most likely, your teacher would tell you, go show him this, go over there with them, go work with them. Call you out to the front. Tell everybody, you watch him, do what he do. Do what he say. Senpai are your seniors. I can't help it. They watching me now. I can't. I need to listen to them. I can't start to teach them nothing they don't know. But for those of you, because you got a lot of big people who don't study the arts, and one of the main reasons why they have disciplinary problems, they don't believe. They ain't never really had their ass whipped before, for real. A lot of fights start up out like this. Bad throws. Before you know it, if one of them two got some pretty decent hands, pretty quick, pretty fast, somebody want them, and then they throw on the ground. That's why I always say, see, I came up wrestling. I came up with my own brand of jiu-jitsu since nobody wanted to teach me. Well, I knew about the joints. I knew about the opposable thumb. I knew about a lot of things. I just used what I know. Now, of course, I didn't get far as I got with Sensei Jerry and everybody else. Grandmaster Herbert Thompson and everybody else. Grandmaster V, Shihan Kenny, Shihan Jimmy Green, may God bless his soul. But I was doing the damn thing. But I always said, learn you some type of wrestling. The main thing you want to think about is the most general aggressions. I talked in the last post about what I call the A form, this empty city tactic. Standing around, minding my business, not being aggressive, not being an asshole, you know, bugaboo. Destiny Child call it bugaboo. I'm in my own space, in my own lane. Practice courtesy, impatience. If somebody look like they finna knock me over, you know, I'm standing here first. Excuse me. I'm gonna say excuse me first and get out the way sincerely. Right? That type of hands down. From here is what we want to think about everything we learn. If I got 52 and I want to do triangle trade, I'm not gonna go from here to getting stole on to way up here just to get ready to do the triangle trade. I gotta start from here. Right? If my hands are down, I really don't want to parry down if my hands are down already. If anything, I want to do something to use what's closest to my head that I'm trying to cover. If it's a head hunter with a head shot, that's that shoulder. Kind of like a shoulder roll in boxing. Right? Philly shell with a shoulder roll. If you want a little temple still up there, right top of the head, you might want to put that up there. Catch that, but you want to hurry up and look again. So a lot of times that shoulder roll is gonna morph into something else, cause them shots coming in, they coming in, right? So that one shoulder roll, that's one shot. What's next? And you can't see for a fraction of a second. And that's more sport, combat, boxing ring. Can't hit below the belt, can't hit in the back, can't hit the top of the head, back of the head type of thing. Nothing below the belt. I probably shoulder roll. And all this pretty stuff. Pull. I wouldn't pull in a street fight. Because this tree represents somebody. I got somebody here and I do all this. That's my medulla right there clocked. I pull this, that's medulla and temple. I might be out of his range, but what about him? What about him? What about him? What about his friends? I got jumped in high school one day on some petty jive. Majority down by law went to Gordon and Walker before they turned to McNair. Middle and high. It was Gordon and Walker. A lot of down by law was over that way. And it was other schools. Since a lot of them come out of East Lake Meadows, many of them went to Gordon and Walker. And a lot of people skipped school just to hang out with the Gordon and Walker crowd. But I was trying to keep a tradition. Mac 10 and my older sister, they graduated from Columbia. So I wanted to stay there. Plus I had friends and stuff from growing up and all that. Eastwick was in that thing deep. Eastwick, motherfucker deep. So I ain't worrying about nothing. It was a minor thing at a Mickey D. The dude was working at McDonald's. To show you how stupid people are. He has a square job. He quit that job too. So a minor thing happened. It wasn't nothing, right? But based on that, he got in his feelings because I was with some people. God bless the dead Terrence Harris. That's Mike Murphy's cousin. And a couple other people. Kid Nice, Randolph White, who's about to become very, very famous as what I call child protection law. Because we have down by law and lady law. That's the real down by law, official. We jits coming up under Mike Murphy. So I said in my mind, if I ever start rapping anytime soon, I'm going to call it child protection law. Because down by law don't really need us that much, but a lot of younger cats could use us, our age and younger, and a little older, whenever down by law ain't around. So we all children. You know, we all children. Down by law go way back in the 80s. I'm born in 73. We all children. Graduated in 1991. Now, dude come up to me. I'm leaning against a locker in the hall, right by the front office. My locker happened to be there. I think they issue lockers. You don't pick them. I think they issue. So mine was right by the front. Right in front. The front faces, when you go out the front, you're going west. Yeah, so coming in, you're going east. So down the hall is east. I'll be back that way. Yeah. And I got to turn away from the camera. I don't want to do that, but down the hall toward the library is that way. Out the front door, yeah, okay, that's what I'm trying to get my real bearing. So they came around that corner, and I'm leaning on that locker. He came, I think, from that way. From the south. Front hall. Cut down this east-west hall, came right up to me, like he finna say something and slap these shit out of me. Bah! And faded back to the other side of the hall, to the south side. I got with him, but I seen 3 or more people come around that corner from where the front office at. One son of a gun came from the east. He was by himself, it looked like. Wasn't nobody right around him. They were together. So they plotted for him to come from the south. He came from the north. He came from the east, and I'm sitting right here. I took off. The closest one to me was Grandmaster Herbert Thompson talk about. When we get in fights, stay down. He say hit him with the closest thing to him, which would be Gayakizuki. Basic. It's like a jab in Nisei Go Ju. It's a lot like a jab, right? And of course, You can chamber this way and do a Makeri, or you could do a slide rule and Makeri depending upon the distance. You have different things you do at different distances. If I'm not in arm's reach to grab a punch, I might get kicked, right? So that's out here. So in the street fight, if you're a boxer, you gotta always remember that boxing range switches once you start fighting for real. Cause I'm in the clear out here in boxing. I can do Kawi, Muhammad Kawi, who like to lick his tongue, and Pernell Whitaker, them like to play and stuff. But in a real fight, I can be kicked from right here. And my leg is short. See? So they can kick from here or slide rule, kick from the front. So you keep that in mind when you go into survival mode. Right? While we're talking about that, a chamber sets you up. If you don't have like Van Damme type quality or Karate Kid, where I could be straight up and do anything with my leg as far as a getty. A getty is a kick. What you want to do is sit in your tachi. That gives you more balance when you chamber for the kick. So I can stay here forever. I can crane forever right here. More so than right here. Straight up. If I put that little dip, now the dip in the knee, that's basically a stance. And we don't want to do that without aggression. Because one, it shows any witness that we are non-combative. Some karate school teach you this. And say, man, I don't want to fight you. Your hands are open. Right? Empty. And then up just in case he try to sucker punch you anyway. You already can stop that. And you can still not fight. Hey, stop. Kind of girly, but responsive and responsible to not allow someone to hurt you. You are responsible, not allow. So you the first one responsible. You are the first responder. So I took off on a guy here. And I had him in such a bad position where he was basically in this position the whole while as we went down the hall. To the point, and he going back like his legs keep moving. And I'm driving, just a basic football hit. I took him way down the hall. About 20, 25 yards to the library from where we standing. Might be 30, 35. But his friends can't jump me because they're afraid if they do something to me, it's gonna make them hit the ground even harder, and it look like his cranium gonna be the first thing to hit. Now I'm not gonna show a certain move I used to do back then, but if I would have did that, I could have cracked his head. I ended up doing the guy in that same school around about that same year. I think it was that same year, came in the bathroom. I'm in the mirror primp like a pimp, bring much terror to your error, minding my own business. I'm ready to build nothing I'm able to bust the move. This nigga coming and say, let a real nigga get in the mirror. Wow, big nigga too. And he got some size, got some height on it. Push me out the way. Whoop. He turned me when he saw I was like, he could see the look on my face like, you know, he ain't scary and all that. And he was like, well, like, so he turned to me, like, what you want? What? I walked up to him, and that's the move I did. I didn't put the it's a wicked little twist you put on it at the end I learned in Rome, Georgia. When me and Cedric Foster went to visit his people out there, his clan, his mama's sister, and all them out there in Cave Spring. I didn't do it quite. I could have killed him if I did it like that. But I did it. BAM! That nigga got up. Man, it's a big nigga. I ain't but about 150 pounds. So that day when I got the dude that had him like this, he going back like this. His friends, first of all, my head ain't high. No more. So they can't just come behind me, hit me in the head, rabbit punch. I done went low, like a shoot, like a wrestling shoot. But it's something a little different. It's a football twist to it. It's a tackle. But I didn't mean to tackle. I meant to do exactly what I did. Because after a few steps, I realized, well, I ain't got to do my move and go to jail forever. I might kill this nigga. But they can't do this. They can't do it. And I know if they go and get my leg, they know what's gonna happen. If they pick me up, that's like a wheelbarrow, he going down. And he off balance. That one I kept him. That's why I kept his ass. That's Kazushi. Especially in judo, we study Kazushi. 8 points of Kazushi. Right? So I got some good Kazushi going on. I don't want to let up. Because I ain't got to worry about him setting. Ba, 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 ba. I ain't got to worry about that. Win when it's easier. Sun Tzu, the art of war. You win when it's easy. Right? So we talking about multiple attackers. Being that I'm in school, it's a lot better in that environment. Because if I wasn't in school, I wouldn't have did it quite like that. He would have had to go. Quick. And I do my little B-boy move. Back then I do a little B-boy move. That'll work. A lot of that came from martial arts anyway. Be a little B-boy move when I get him down and spin off him and get ready. Matter of fact, we were going that way. When I get him down, I got to spin off him and get ready to face them. And I ain't even got to stand up. I can take him off. It's a lot of dirt right here. I'm pretty clean. I can take him off his feet. Now, I see little stuff I did know. Right? That's why when I go into martial arts, it just be like, man, I ain't got time to talk. I'm here to learn. But in my mind, nigga, I had all that. I had it all, but I don't have the variations. See, and the specifics. See, silent tongue, listening ear, eyes wide open. Study, study, study. And when I'm finished studying, I will study myself. Right? When I'm out of class, I'm gonna do something by myself. When Steve, the fireman, didn't show up without homework, when Cashapp wouldn't show up, Simplify Cashapp, I was working by myself anyway. Fuck her. Fuck her. I seen Cashapp Sunrise at the tournament. I could have slapped the shit out of his ass. Little short fuck. He up there chatting up the females, all in Shihan, Jimmy Green, white face, just, I told you, hey, turn around, look at me. Now stay here for a minute for me. He turned like this. I looked them all up and down, all his vitals, 10 dial, so dial, all these vitals. The heart, pressure point, bottom brown in the area where you want to put a nice strike that'll start cause a cardiac arrest, right? Whiplash, right? Things like that. Different things we do, Sapao, Suto, Yosho Jutsu. But that's all I'm in the class for. But Sensei made me sign that sheet, and today, that day, at the tournament, I gotta now do kumite. I got a spot. Competition spot. And I'm sweating bullets. I'm trying to figure out how to not to go to jail. Cause that's all I studied for. See? I studied for this here. And come up on me like this, then come with a gun, with a knife. That's all I studied for. And if you come at me like that and you think I'm finna say, what? You a goddamn fool. If it go my way, in a split nanosecond, your ass gonna be fucked up. Might would snipe me. Bow and arrow in the tree, something goddamn. That's your best bet. Bow and arrow don't make no ka. Spot shotter would not be alerted. You might well snipe me with a, just like this, from rooftops. Have your quiver and your bows. You might miss. Wind might be kind of high. Yeah. Come in my goddamn face, player. That's what I studied for. Nigga tried to kill me because I can rap. Because we little young CEO. He already showed and proved it. EIN Dun and Brad Street number. Quinn West. Slimzo. Al Wynn. DeAndre Stevens and all them. They got this thing going, Explicit Entertainment. With Buck Johnson. 3 Stole, Click Clack. Vice Grip. Yeah. Yeah. Man, because I can rap. Soon as I put, y'all think I'm playing? All that tough talk, I take a muscle-bound man, put his face in the sand. All that tough talk. But nobody has said what you hear all the time on the street. See, the contest in the hardcore hip-hop and the so-called gangster rap and reality rap, the contest is to bring as much of the real to the song so your fans can feel it. And all the real niggas like, yeah. All the real females and real niggas, yeah. They bobbing in the club, they lose their mind. For the most part, what nobody talking about Atlanta, from Atlanta's point of view, knees and elbows, shouted. Nobody. Not on the record. Shadi, Goody Marty had just came out. Like I say, we beat them out with the one we did in 91. Well, I was referring to that, but I didn't want to say it yet because that track wasn't gangster enough. That was claim to fame. Where I describe how a sucker come in the club, drunk, talking junk. I'm thinking you a punk, faking the funk, hoe and ... So when he stepped, I stepped on his foot by mistake. Hey, damn, my fault. Now he stuck with me. But he wanna rain. But he came from a temper to his shit. He gets shamed. Look at how you say that? I call it constellations, but they call it cancellation. Bartenders. I think they call it cancellation. I thought he said constellations. So I used to shout out constellations. And nigga spit razors out his mouth and catch him and be throwing 52, but every now and then he'll slice you in your vitals. They coming out, you see him on you go find it. Coming out his mouth, and he had more than one. MC Light said, get caught with a razor blade attached to your collar. This nigga came out of his mouth, jail, how chain gang style. Right? So it was in existence, but the thing is, like Jaguar Wright told y'all, telling y'all, a lot of guys that are being selected by the industry to get up there and spit on that microphone, they really, majority of them dudes, it's really not all that, it's not that from their cities and their boroughs and whatnot. Now they could be close to it, but a lot of them not, and it's not to knock them. Because some of them are a lot like, because I could use myself as an example. I refuse, shawty, to go to jail. I don't even want to be in a squad car. I don't want to be here and there on the street explaining why he need to get out my face. I don't want him nowhere around me. And I always been like this. So I don't subscribe to that, because you ain't go to jail. But the industry, don't never get this twisted. The industry started doing that, Jack. Cause remember, primarily, it's a pipeline to prison. They turned it into that. They derailed it and changed it the other way, took it the other way. It's a pipeline to prison. So what they want to do, was so hard for them to do, is get a real nigga to sign that contract and work with the label, because the label, they so stupid, they try a real nigga. They ain't with that. That's why Mikey D left. I get rubbed. And people like that, they could rap. They don't win the studio, they can cut track. I mean, not demo, but real shit that been pressed up. But you dealing with them, that tier, that infrastructure. A&R, probably agent manager especially. And you got other little agents in there, and them faggots, okay, for lack of a better term, are the chips of wood that they threw at Sodomites and Gomorrahs. That's how you had the term faggot come from. It's a piece of wood. Right? To explain that. But they don't want you talking like that. They say don't say G-A-Y, but they can have the G-A-Y parade. What to call it? I don't know. The parade, I don't know. They get real stupid with it. And they gaslight a lot. But remember, Greco-Roman, Rome believes in forcing children. In Greece, they said no, if the child shows some type of resistance, we'll leave them alone. But if they like it, then we will. So they both into pedophilia. Rome is into physical, forceful rape. Greece was into statutory rape. Here on these shores, in Midgard, Northgate, is all rape. Pedophilia. right? And a lot of times it's forced homosexuality. The mentor, that term actually comes from forcefully taking a young boy's rectum, which show you know what. That word mentor originated from that term. Raising him up, all the way up. Now he's a man, yeah. Yeah, originated. It has come to take on connotative meanings. That's why as we learn these things, many of us try to unlearn certain phrases and words we have been using all this time. So now, empty city tactic I was talking about. This is what we want to have in our mind before we do anything the coach just taught us, anything we training. Always, even if you're a boxer, always start your training out like this. Play like you was just standing there. And always put some dirty shots in there. A lot of places don't let you kick the heavy bag, but you can kick just off to the side, right? When you do the kick, you know what you're doing. You know you would have hit it dead on the money. Don't let nobody come tell you, like a dude came told me one day, not too long ago. He's a professional prize fighter. He's an older guy now, but he was talking about, well, what you're doing is wrong. I was doing the windshield wiper, right? With the switch. So you windshield wipe and switch. I wasn't showing my hands that day. A lot of times I don't, because I'm doing something else actually. But they got a heavy bag, so I go and do it's bringing the footwork. The feet are your vehicle. I can't do nothing out here. My feet get me there. So you have to practice this foot pull because you don't want to wait till the last minute and go off a lesson you had how long ago? How many times did you practice it? When you see Mickey Rooney, Customato with Iron Mike Tyson, that man be dripping sweat. Mickey Rooney got a stopwatch. And you can see how good he is. Yeah, what Mickey Rooney doing? He's perfecting even that. No, why? Because some people got a hard, quick jab and a hard lead, right? Orthodox, unorthodox, they got a hard, and all it takes is one. And a lot of that stuff you see them doing, a lot of that is that one. If you got a number system, that first one jab, that might be a one. And why they label it one? Because the jab is the easiest thing to do and the most important thing to do, and it has multiple functions. 10-ounce glove. Imagine more glove around here. I can't see. Not even my periphery. If he smash me, I can't even see the periphery for a minute because the glove gonna say, it's gonna sink in. So it blinds you. In jiu-jitsu, V-honest jiu-jitsu, you go look up V-honest jiu-jitsu, he likes to do sight, legs, wind. These are the things we want to take from him before we start trying to do jiu-jitsu. Because when you got a live person, right? A live type, he can shoot, he can do all type of stuff to you. I don't think you'll go just, see, we train for that ourselves. Don't do what you know you won't let nobody do. Somebody come reach for your wrist, we train for that. Somebody reach for your elbow, we train for that. Somebody want to grab you in the neck, grab your ears, grab your hair, head, and all. We full Nelson, you name it. Bear hug, tackle, everything you can think of. Slap, grab, right up in here. He might do the classic judo grab. That gi come down like in the V, that gi with the obi tied here. We'll grab that V, lapel, and we'll grab here perhaps, depending on what judo throw you're about to do. These things we train to not let people do. Don't be the fool, even if you're just playing. That's another thing. When you start learning to stop playing so much. Because you want to always have license to ill. If you play too fucking much, you violating people's space. Even if somebody kind of know or family, stop playing. Stop it. Leave the little children alone. Don't even talk at it. It's somebody else's job to do that, especially if they're not yours. Cause somebody always there watching. Leave the children alone. You a dude, especially the dudes. Leave these females alone. Because if you serious about learning, it's going to be a lot of suckers. Wherever you known for being a practitioner, they going to try what Sensei been trying to put in your mind about your character, your demeanor. If they can't get you to just go on out and just fight for little stupid stuff. And all that starting right here. Right here. Shun your spirit. Had a peaceful spirit. Here on these shores we at Yamasi. That's peaceful people. Salam, Islam, peace. Right? Not at all cost. But it's very costly. You got to take a lot of L's. Take a lot of insults, a lot of slights and all that. Because many things do not warrant hand-to-hand combat. If it does not warrant that, don't do it. When you see a call out, your hurt feelings, the fact you know they want to fight, that don't warrant it either. Only thing warrants me doing anything I've been taught is aggression. I don't have to let them land, but this little space here, you better be careful. A dude went in Zenkutsu Dachi and hit me with a double palm strike, working in uniform at Enterprise car rental on 441 in Hollywood. When the Hollywood police finally showed up, I told them I was trained under Grandmaster Herbert Thompson. Somebody he quite likely heard of, because many police, they have grown up in tournaments and stuff like that as police. They got PAL. He probably heard of Grandmaster Herb. Because Herb been practicing longer than my direct Professor Jerry Denson. I said, I'm trained to go. It took everything out of me to not respond to that. Because he made contact and knocked me off the battle. Now, if I wanted to decide to respond, I wouldn't have never went back like that. His hands probably would have never touched my clothing. I gets down. And that little sister shit he did, my little bit of ass, I'd be sliding through that like the offensive line. Going at the quarterback and the running back. All this space here, that's bigger than the one hole. And the two hole. But they used to put me, a lot of times you put me right there. Nose guard, and just by the two hole, just by the one hole. I think odd, even. I think odd on your left, even on your right. I used to be right there a lot. I done played all the positions. But when the coach had us on defense, it be, we line up on the football field, we be shoulder to shoulder, toe to toe, like real close. Two big football, you gotta think about it, two football players, offensive or defensive linemen. If they give me that much space, I can get through that. Now, roughly. Earning my way through there. I ain't talking about sliding through that mother. I can slide through that job, but I'm talking about earning it. This silly sissy behind man went in Zenkutsu Dachi, pretty much. Right? And a double arm palm strike. Hit me here. So I know the camera's on, he's at work. Oh, Enterprise got money too. They can be sued. It's still daylight. It's a lot of customers in there, other employees. I don't have to go to jail and have to explain down the line and fight for years and all that when they know I was right in the first place. Because Hollywood, when they get there, they know I got 11 judicial circuit court in hot water. Judge Leslie B. Rosenberg. Judge David H. Young. Judge Peter Adrian. All arrested officers filed phony false police affidavit forms. Even state attorneys. They all in hot water. Some of the victims, so-called victims and witnesses, in hot water. I can sue them all in their personal and professional capacity. Right? But it's a juggling act. So I do so much I wouldn't even sit there and try to tell you. Because this is about one thing. Those who want this. What that stand for? My version of it. What I have to offer. So when you working out, boxing for example, you know you're in the ring, you got to keep it clean. When you spar, you got to keep it clean. But always keep in mind what you're going to drop off in the fight and what you're going to pick up. See? So you can put basically Muay Thai in the streets. Yeah, you can throw some knees and elbows. You damn right. You ain't got to stop at that bam. You keep it going. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam. Right? It's not cheating in the streets. You probably need it. Bad. Because you don't know what an aggressor has in mind. It's a lot of missing people who have not been found. It's a lot of missing people who have been found. Some of them, they so decomposed, you don't know what happened with that. They might have splacked her, took vital organs and sold her, might have raped her. Even the semen is gone, the flesh is gone, the skin, nothing but bone. They don't even know what happened with that case. They still finding skeleton right now. Fresh cases are being opened because they found human remains, some here and there, spotty-dotty on the globe. These vampires, these cannibals, and these human traffickers in it for the money, gay for pay, and all this other stuff, they are operating. That's why you be careful who you hook up with. Because they'll jump you in the game or invite you to a game, but you probably ain't nothing but meat on the shelf to them. Going to the butcher. They finna get paid top dollar for you, and it's so dangerous to sell dope. It'll be easier to trick a person out their life if you slick. So you gotta have that mindset. I'm not gonna drink water from just anywhere or whatever, lay my food down and eat anywhere and pull off anybody's joint, to snort anybody powder, take anybody pill. You don't know what that is. If it don't kill you, it might put you out for a time. And the more you train, the more irresistible you become to people who prey on people. Whether they're selling your organs or they want to do this to you, you start to look real good. This stuff is working very fine. You like a brand new car player. I want that alternator. If I was doing GTA, I want it all. The starter, the transmission, the engine, I want it all. Fan belt, I want it all. I want it all. See, everybody don't take cars just to joyride. Just go rob somebody or something. Sometimes they want to break it down, and the same thing with the human body. Everything on your body has a price. If they got the hookup that raises the average dead body or alive from 25,000 upwards to $1 million or better. Because some people really need it. They might not tell you that. There's a lot of fools out here hooked on that run and shit. And think about that stuff like that, 50 deal, they scared of money. They really scared of money. They scared they're going to OD. They don't want so much money, but they'll do dang on anything to get it because they'll go through withdrawal symptoms and they don't want to go through that stage of detox. They want to get it in. Some of them do speed. That's powder and it. So they can get a wake up and go do what they got to do. That's the powder side. It needs to be in them so they don't get sick. Itchy, scratchy, shaking, or throwing up, dizziness and stuff like that. And they are likely to do stuff like that. You'll be surprised how little your life means to somebody who just needs some fast cash. fast life. So, fight science is a lifestyle. I won't do it this post. As I progress, I'll show more and more because I don't want none of them too long. This one pretty long here. So it's Sunday too. So like I say, my professor, Jerry Denson, about 8th Dan, Shamsuddin is his name, Arabic name. May Allah be pleased with his life service. We had to bury him. We and his wife, we had to bury him a few years ago. About five, 6 years now. It's been since we buried him. About 5, 6, 7 now, if I'm not mistaken. He would teach on Sundays. We would have a talk. We'd do our stretch. He likes to stretch us from head to toe. And we'll learn a little something. A lot of times it'll be a light day. But you never know when they're going to say, Kumite! You got to run and get them hands and feet. You want a helmet, hands and feet. And whoever he say pair off, you pair off. Till he say, Nami! You never know when that day comes. It's like a pop quiz. Sometimes he'll call you out there, call your name. Let me see such and such kata. If it's Nisei Go Ju, he don't make us do that. Nisei Go Ju, you on the side. Traditionally, we do this. If we initiate going to the floor, or they call us, whoever with it, no matter. Permission is the floor, Sensei. Wait till he say yes or no. He might say no, stay your ass right here. Unless you want to work the fuck out. You'll work your ass out. All mistakes, you got to work out. That's Sensei Nasty Jesse. Jesse B. Richardson. Like 8th, 9th Dan now. And you go to the floor and do whatever. You go to the floor, another thing to remember. Kiss K, courtesy to all senseis that's aside from the class, you can't turn the song. That's in line in the ranks with the rest of the class. Courtesy, step out, and you state your case. What's up? Right now I'm about to do Nisei Go Ju Karate, Taiki Jodan Ka, whatever you about to do. You can do kata from other Ryus and all that. Come back, you breathe, and you do whatever it is that you came to do. Might be the virtues, might be a question. You had a fight, and the guy had me like this, and I couldn't get out. And okay, that's all right. And he'll show you, he might call one of his students, and y'all work that out in class watch. He had a fight the other day, and something happened. He didn't know how to deal with it. He got caught up in shock and all this kind of stuff. See, don't get caught up in your technique. Don't get caught up in form, right? Sometimes you don't want to do a perfect kick, because the timing, my little raggedy kick, I might counter your kick with a kick of my own, right? You kick me with your right leg with a real nice mawashigeri, right? But I might interrupt that kick. It might not be pretty, but I beat you. So while you trying to do a right leg mawashigeri, which is basically gonna come like this, if I want to hold it in the chamber, my shit fucked up, so I can't do it perfect. But it's pretty much like that. You pivot this foot, and you hold this. I'm trying to put this horizontal. That shin supposed to be horizontal. I can't do it. I've been hurt. Too many places. Been shot and all kind of shit. And you put your guard up. And you can mawashigeri, shin, calf, hamstring, other little nerve innards down, around the waist, up and below, above the waist, the rib. And I've seen some things done with the mawashigeri. I'm telling y'all that shit right. Ain't nobody paying me shit. But now, any kick puts the kicker in a predicament. One, he's on one leg. I don't care how quick he is. Either you respond, right, responsively, meaning whatever that trajectory of that leg, whatever it is, we don't know what he's doing. You can't read his mind. And a lot of times they're so quick you can't read the body. Right? That's why a lot of times, a lot of our response techniques will open the door. That way I just get everything on out the way out of reach. Right? I might come in the door. Just going to get in there and get to his structure. Right? He throw a hawtyyyReddd from his left. I may do something, right? Forward not, right? I may even help it, assist it, so that when he throws it, now he's all off balance. You have to use common sense, especially when he's real quick. Because trying to be perfect like you've been taught, that's gonna buy you time. That's why I referred to football earlier. Because that's one thing coach on your behind about all the time. Offense or defense. The way we work out in football, you tell me you couldn't do nothing, you still let that man do you like that? And believe it or not, a lot of football players can't fight. With all that they got. When they go fight, they... Nigga. Man, you better, boy. Once you start learning martial arts, if that football don't come out your ass, you a slow, ditzy, dumb, dimwit son of a dumb job. If that football don't come out your behind. Boy, you better hit that boy with some of that stuff, man. Mixed in. But sometimes it's the proximity. It's what he doing. It's the fact, the best thing I probably should do when he doing it, shoulder hit behind off balance. Or whatever it's hard to do without a real body here. See, the human body, we know the body mechanics. I know what happened. Especially football player. When I do certain things. In boxing, we keep it up here. Right? 52, we take that boxing and we'll drop down here and apply it down there too. If you a B-boy, a lot of that stuff is combat that you're doing down there, whether you know it or not. Put it in practice, man. Put it in practice. I ain't giving up too much right now because y'all out there hurting each other. I'm reading the newspaper. Husband kill his wife. Wife kill her husband. Baby dad, whatever. Live-in lover. Brother killing brother. So I'm not going to be loose with my instruction. And ain't nobody paying yet. This ain't nothing you got to go Patreon, all this. It's just wide open. I ain't getting down and dirty right now. And I might never put it on the internet. Because I do more than this anyway. I don't even teach. I can teach. I've been granted the permission by Master Gan. Master Hassan is the one who told me one day, you can teach. That wasn't a compliment. He was giving me the door, the green light, to start a class, to teach whatever I know. But I've been trying, and like I said earlier, my technique is take you to class with me. So you can see Grandmaster V, Shihan, Kenny Red, Sensei Corey, Sensei Barack, Sensei Lee, Sensei Udo, Sensei Devin, Sensei Akil, Sensei Malika, all these senseis that I study under and with. Marvelous Marvell, Arthur, all them. The Barber, all them people I studied with and underneath, because most of them rose up in rank while I was struggling with Locking It Down Records and the Courthouse and Baby Mama and this jive behind girl here and this jive behind girl there and everything else going topsy-turvy. They up the black belt. Now 2nd degree, 3rd degree, and on and on. Sensei Amnon passed away, had a high degree. black belt. See what I'm saying? I'm not. Right? Father Abba, Yahweh ben Yahweh. I'm not. But he been a black belt. But I'm just saying, when I came to class, I killed was like a white, green, and we got yellow too. He was white, green, and yellow. I look around, he younger than me. He was a jit. I look around, he black belt. Sensei Udo strutting around when he got a black belt, boy, you couldn't tell him nothing. Like he run WWF belt. Got that black belt. Me, and I don't want to go get it out of Cracker Jack box, out of Happy Meal box. I want it from somebody like Sensei Seifullah Mriki. Somebody who I'll probably never get. I don't give a damn. I went to class though, that's the bottom line. Cause I get down. I got enough. You meet me, we can get into Futare Waza. Right? Those type of things. Zagi Handachi. Those type of things. Chuanchi, Wushu, all this stuff, we can get into it. But online right now, I'm addressing some issues, finally coming to go into it tentatively. But since I don't have subscribers that are paying, I ain't doing jack. I don't have a uke. I can only be Tori with a tree. Sometimes I gotta be uke to show you, like I showed you the fight and all that. I gotta switch from uke to Tori. I don't have a partner. I ain't partnered up with just no anybody. You know, when I finally can go live and they want to poke me in the eye by mistake and all this kind of stuff, and we live, trying to trap me up in some situation, I lose my attention. We fighting on it, and then they got the proof on camera, on live. All I did was made a little mistake, and he got mad. Now I'm in jail. Suffer no fools. Suffer not the fool. Suffer no fool. I'm signing off for the day.